What's up, guys, and welcome to my Wii screen again. What are we going to be playing today? Well, there's a big thing called the Gamecube disc channel here. Wow, I missed that sound, and I missed that thing. I really should have just hooked up my Gamecube for this, but you know what? I couldn't be bothered. So anyway, you'll probably know what it is by the title, but we'll just let it roll. Woohoo! That is right, we're doing some Mario Kart Double Dash, some Let's Mess Around on Mario Kart Double Dash. Now, I decided that today I would tell you the story about, seeing as this is the first Gamecube game that I'm doing on this channel, even though it's not a proper Let's Play, it's the first Gamecube game that I'm showcasing on this channel. I decided that I would talk to you about the Gamecube days, and how I got a Gamecube, how I got into the whole home console Nintendo thing, and all that good stuff. First of all, we're gonna have to pick a character, so let's you know what, I always like going with the baby Luigis and the baby Mario, and they had some cool stuff going on, especially this train, which my friend used to use all the time. So I think we're gonna go for this because it has Baby Park in it, which is perhaps my favourite course in any Mario Kart game. I just think it's really cool. And we're gonna start with Luigi Circuit, but as I said, I was going to talk to you guys about the Gamecube days, and you know how I kind of got into that stuff. So yeah, I guess I ought to start with how I first found out about the Gamecube. Basically, one of my friends had an N64 when we were younger, and okay, so what the hell? What the hell was that? Oh wow, yeah, this needs some serious taking some practice going on. Okay, oh wow. Right, I guess it's best to talk to you about Gamecube, seeing as I'm going to be failing here very horribly. I haven't actually played this game in many number of years, so the failures I cannot really excuse, but they're going to be there in any case. So how the hell do I use items again? I can't even remember how to use items, man. I'm not even kidding. Do I just press Z? Z, and Y, X? Oh, Y, okay. Okay, I get it now. Wow, the controls on this feel really weird in comparison to the Wii. The Wii just feels so much smoother. This is kind of a different aspect. But let's talk about the Gamecube days anyway. So my friend had an N64, and I was always kind of, you know, jealous of his N64 because I had a PlayStation. My dad had bought me a PlayStation because at the time the PlayStation was the big thing on the market, and he was looking for a games console for me. So you know, the PlayStation was one of those things that looked like the best choice. It was the first disc-based system, I believe. So that seemed like the obvious choice, and you know, when I got that, I really enjoyed it and everything. I still have my PlayStation. It's a great console, evidently, but as soon as the N64 era sort of calmed down, I was in the frame of mind to move on to my next console being a Nintendo one. And the reason being was because of Pokemon Stadium. Now, Pokemon Stadium on the N64 was huge for my friend and I. We both played that a ton, and I mean, it was an amazing thing because it meant that our like red and blue guys and the stupid pixely tiny little Game Boy screen could be put in full 3D, and that was quite incredible, I thought. So I really enjoyed Stadium when we played it. And obviously there were other great N64 games, but none of which we really truly experienced that much. We never really played Ocarina of Time. I played Ocarina of Time with a different friend, but we never really did Ocarina of Time or that sort of stuff. But it was all about the multiplayer stuff, Mario Kart, and all that good fun stuff, and lots of random Star Wars games. And he got a GameCube when it launched on his birthday in May of 2001, I think. It was May of 2001. Wow, I get 4th place, which isn't too bad, I guess. May of 2001, which is cool. He got quite a few games on launch and stuff, and Rogue Squadron wasn't one of those, which I was never very good at Rogue Squadron. I just remember, the first level, the Death Star level, being such a big thing. It was really awesome when I first saw that. I was like, wow, this looks really, really good, because the next gen graphics at the time were, what the hell? Why do I keep failing? Am I supposed? I don't even remember how I'm supposed to do the boost at the start here, so I guess, bad stuff will happen. But we're on Peach Beach here, whatever. And as I was saying before, stuff like that happened, and he got the game which kind of changed everything for me, which is pretty much the one reason that I got a Nintendo home console, one reason I got the GameCube, was Super Smash Bros. Melee, which was a huge game at the time. I remember just going over to his house and being absolutely amazed by Melee and what everything was. At that time we were both complete Nintendo noobs. We didn't know who anyone was, we didn't know who any of the characters were, so it was a massive introduction to all these Nintendo characters for us. And then slowly as the years went on, we kind of gradually became accustomed with who all these characters were. Oh hey, that's a guy from Melee. Then we kind of realized, these guys weren't from Melee, but Melee had taken these guys from their own franchises, which was really awesome. And so we played Melee. I played Melee at his house a lot, and it was a really, really fun game. I mean, the multiplayer is probably one of the most unmatched things that you can find in a game. It's really unrivaled. I don't think there's much that can compete with it, apart from Brawl perhaps, but I mean, Brawl were a different age at that time when Brawl came out, and didn't play it as much. I mean, we still played it a lot, but not as much as, the phenomenon that was Melee and kind of what it did in terms of multiplayer. So, it was really, really, really good. So, essentially, my GameCube purchase was based around those sort of games, the Mario parties, the Smash Brothers games, and all that generally good stuff. So I didn't really have a lot of adventure games or questing, sort of Zelda-esque things during the GameCube era. I got Prime 2, and I kind of never got through it because I was just terrible at it. But Mario Kart Double Dash came along, obviously, and this was really the first Mario Kart game I ever owned, because I didn't get the Game Boy Advance one because I wasn't really a big racing fan at the time, and I didn't think it was, the sort of thing that I'd be great at, and my friends told me that it wasn't that great, so I didn't really go in for it. Here's Baby Park, my favourite place, awesome. Now the DS version of Baby Park is very, very cool. I really like the DS version of Baby Park. And the music is fucking cool as well. Hopefully I can bag a first place here, because I know the course really well. It's pretty easy to know the course, Oh, I completely forgot that you get double items in this game. Awesome. Completely forgot about that. That's sick. As long as you get into the right place, you get double item every time, which is awesome. Now, Mario Kart Double Dash was introduction to me for the series, and I kind of thought that, it wasn't that strange that you had the double kart thing. Everyone else obviously did, because they'd played Mario Karts before, whereas I hadn't really, so I didn't think it was that much of a big deal. I kind of thought it was normal. So like when the Wii one came out, the DS one came out, I kind of thought like, hey, is this a departure from the normal Mario Kart sort of thing? I didn't really, because obviously I'd known from people telling me and such, but it was this game that kind of brought me into the series, and it's pretty fun. Now, I was never any good at it, and as you can see, I never really got much better at it, but I still found it a fun experience. I still enjoyed getting my ass whooped all the time, It's one of those games where you can get your ass whooped and not really care too much, because it is actually a very fun experience. So yeah, I did enjoy it quite a lot. And now the DS version of this game has, in fact, I think it has 5 laps as opposed to the what you call it, 7 laps that this has, because you know, the DS version's smaller and everything, and you can't fit as much in and everything. No, don't get hit by the giant Bowser shell. Ow, no, don't, please don't let Waluigi win, please. Please don't. I beg of you, please don't. Please don't. Come on, get that Waluigi, come on. Okay, we're gonna make it, hopefully. I think we're gonna get first in my favourite track. Yes, got it. Lovely, enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. Great track, great track. Really, really fun. So, as we were talking about the Gamecube days, it was a good time. A good time. I really enjoyed the Gamecube days. Now, loads of people kind of, you know, didn't, you know, follow Nintendo during the Gamecube. Everyone kind of abandoned them, went over to Sony with the PlayStation. I kind of did the reverse. I left Sony behind. I jumped over the good ship Nintendo and started playing Gamecube. And you know, I think that, you know, I enjoyed Gamecube a lot more than I would have enjoyed the PS2, mainly because of the Nintendo titles that were released on it, and also because of the sort of the multiplayer aspects and everything, which I don't think PS2 really offered in terms of that sort of fun multiplayer experience that games like Mario Kart and Brawl and Melee had. But you know, that's kind of what happened in those days. It was good times. Now, I don't really remember that many memorable experiences from playing this game. I just generally remember that I sucked at it, and that was kind of the bottom line. That my friend was amazing and I sucked. But yeah, I don't really recall that much specifics in terms of specific things that happened. It was good. And it still is, it still holds up. Now, if you kind of compare this to Mario Kart Wii in terms of graphical capability, there really isn't that huge a difference. I know the Wii version is slightly more polished, but this does look very good, and still does look very good. It hasn't aged, I mean, it's aged really well in my opinion. It doesn't really have much wrong with it in terms of graphics. It's, I mean, you know, the problem with the Wii is that it didn't really improve graphically that much on the Gamecube, which is why Twilight Princess was able to be released on the Wii and not really, you know, seem that much different from the Gamecube version. It was slightly more polished, a little bit more in terms of graphics. Don't fall into the, oh Jesus, I got piranha planted. Ouch. That kind of blows a lot. Kind of does, quite a lot. And seeing that I was actually getting into a good position here to do quite well, kind of bummed me out there that I messed that up. That's kind of annoying, I have to say. But it is 100cc, so you wouldn't expect me to, you know, be doing that well anyway. I mean, failing that much anyway, because it's an easier thing. It's not 150 or any crap like that, you know. 100cc's is the sort of bare minimum. The reason I'm not doing 150, obviously, because I suck. I keep saying I suck, and yet I keep winning races. It's kind of, yeah. But then again, it is 100cc, but then again, if I went to 150cc's, I guess I would suck, so it's kind of, it's yeah, it's something that I don't know. Oh, why is there a giant Bowser shell just sitting in the middle of the track, man? Jeez. I have, you know, in terms of racing games in general that I have memories of, the games that I have memories of are sort of Lego races on the computer. Both my cousin and my friend both had Lego races. Now Lego Races looked really fun, and that was, I mean, it was on the computer and everything, and it was the first sort of proper racing game that I saw. And it does steal a lot from the early Mario Karts. It does take a lot of its influence from like Super Mario Kart and the N64 version. So I mean, there's lots of influence there, and you know, it's good. So yeah, we get the goal. I think we're about to come up to Rainbow Road, are we? Or are we? No, we're not. That's the end. Rainbow Road is the last cup. This is just the first cup. And wow, looks like I'm going to take. Oh, I'm going to draw. Oh, it's going to be a first place tie. But because of the fact that I'm the player, I am allowed to be awarded with the top prize, because that's cool. So we get like a Delfino Plaza here, reminiscent of Mario Sunshine. Mario, Luigi's Mansion, another GameCube game that I didn't mention, but one that my friend got. I never got it, but we never played it. Really a shame, because you know it's one of those games that you know it would be cool to go back and LP, but I never really had much experience with it. And that's kind of the problem that I have with the GameCube days, is that a lot of the games that I played aren't the sort of typical LP games. I never played Wind Waker, I never played Sunshine, but I have first-hand experience of them because I kind of went through them with my friend, you know. We both, I have memories of us both going through Wind Waker with a guide that we'd like, a text guide that we'd printed off the internet. I'd sit there with the text guide, read off what he had to do next in the dungeon, and we'd go do it. So, oh wow, I unlocked something, look at that. After all these years, I come back onto Mario Kart and unlock something. Hilarious, absolutely hilarious. But I think that that's going to do it for this episode of Let's Mess Around on Mario Kart. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next part of just messing around on this. So yeah, thanks for watching, see you later guys.